So they ask you to make, they give you a little table if you click the question help for this problem. But I was wondering if maybe the table was too much to try to take in all at once. So let's try playing with some numbers for this situation. A milk tank can be filled in 5 hours, right? It can, and that's assuming it's closed on the other end. The tank can be emptied in 10 hours, assuming it's not picking up anything new. It's not being filled in with that in valve. But the problem is we got both of them open, right? We're filling it in and we're letting some out. So let's just see what happens after 1 hour. The amount that's going into this tank, well, it takes 5 hours to fill the thing. So that means we've got 1/5 of the tank is full, right? We got 1/5 of however much this quantity is for the tank is in there right now. And if it takes 10 hours to empty this tank, then we have 1 out of 10 that's going out of the milk tank because both nozzles are open, right? So the total is going to be how much we're putting into the tank subtracted by how much we're taking out of the tank. And if you subtract those two, 1/5, that's 2/10, so we got 1/10 inside this tank right now. So let's check out what happens in hour 2. Another 1/5 of the tank gets filled in, 1/10 goes out, so that means we have another 1/10 plus the 1/10 that's already in there. This 1/10 plus the 1/10 that comes from subtracting these amounts, so it's at 2/10. And you can start seeing a pattern now. 3, we put in another 1/5, we get out another 1/10, so it means we're at, we lose a tenth, we add in 2/10, so we're getting another tenth to our running total. This is going to be 1/10 plus 2/10. We're at 3/10. So you can see that for mine, it's going to be 10 hours to fill this tank. Let me do another example like this because your numbers will be different. So with different numbers, here's hours. This is how much is coming in. This is how much is going out. And their total. Let's find out what happens after 1 hour. The tank can be filled with within 6 hours of the in valve. So 1/6 goes in within 1 hour. How much is coming out? We got 1/8 coming out. So the total amount that's in the tank after an hour is found by subtracting these two. And if we do that, I got to get common denominators. That's 24. So this is going to be 4/24 subtracted by 3/24. So this is 1/24. Okay, this one won't be filled as quickly as my last example. In 2 hours, we put in another 1/6. We lose 1/8 of the tank. So that means we have another 1/24 going into the tank. So it makes 2/24. So I think you can see the pattern, right? It's going to take us 24 hours to fill this tank.